So we're going to look at the second question, which is also a tutorial about the equation of a circle. Let us see what you are being asked to do on this second question. All right, the second tutorial says find the equation of the circle that is tangent to the line whose equation is given by x plus y is equal to 2 and has its center at 3, 5. So just a reminder again, to find the equation of a circle we need three things: 1 h, 2 k, and 3 the radius r. So in this case we already have two of those. H is equal to 3, k is equal to 5, so we're only left with finding r. I'm sure if you look at the previous lectures, you will see how the form, the general form of the equation of a circle. So our only objective for this tutorial is to find the value of r, and then we'll be done with this. All right, what do we have? We have the tangent to our circle and the center. Let's see if we can find this r. All right, the first step is to determine the coordinates of the tangents, where the circle and the tangent, where they meet. That's the first thing. And if you look at it closely, after finding that one, you will be able to find your radius. So that's the whole point. Let us look at how we are going to find the coordinates of that tangent. Right. Let us look at the graph below. This graph. All right. This is our tangent going in this direction. This here is our tangent. This one. Right. We have the equation of this tangent. And we want to find the point here, the coordinate of this point here, where it meets the circle. Right, what do we know? Where tangent and the radius meet, we have a right angle. How are we going to use that? What's the relationship between perpendicular lines? The relationship in a gradient. Right, we know that the gradient of two perpendicular lines, the product of the gradient of two perpendicular lines is equal to -1. So we're going to use that one. What is the gradient of this line? How do we find the gradient of this line? Right, the gradient of that line is a -1. We put our equation in this form: y is equal to, this is the form, let me just highlight it. We put our equation in this form. After putting our equation in this form, it's safe to say the coefficient of x, since it's y is equal to x something something, the coefficient of y is 1. So the coefficient of x is the gradient. So the gradient of our tangent from this one is a -1. Alright, to find the equation of the radius, because we want to have two equations, then solve them simultaneously to find a xy of the point of tangency. Right, so after finding the gradient here, we use the formula here. The product of the two gradients of two perpendicular lines is equal to -1, which in turn gives us the gradient of the radius being equal to 1. Right, after getting 1, we have 2 coordinates and you have a gradient. We can find the equation of the radius. Let's see what it is. Y minus 5 is equal to m2 x minus 3, which in turn gives us this one as the equation of our radius. Now we have 2 equations. And if we solve those equations, they meet at what? At the point of tangents, the radius and the tangent. They meet at the point of tangents. Right. Having that, now we have these 2 equations. If we solve these 2 equations simultaneously, you find that the point of tangents is this one. So, after getting the point of tangent, we have a point on the circumference now and the radius, the coordinates of the center. Now, nothing can stop us from finding our radius, which is just x coordinate minus the second x coordinate squared plus y coordinate minus the second y coordinate squared is equal to our radius, which is given here. So this is our radius, 3√2. After finding our radius, remember I said we need h, k, and r. So now we have all of them. We simply replace into the general form of the equation of a circle, which is this one. This is the general form of the equation of a circle, the first one. Now replacing, this is your h, this is your k, and this is your r. Squaring here, what do we get? We'll get an 18. 3 squared equals 9. Root of 2 squared is a 2. 18. So this is the final equation of the circle. So the trick was just finding the radius. To find the radius, we need the coordinates, any set of coordinates at the circumference. How do we find those? We simply said the 2 lines, since they are perpendicular, we can find the tangent, the radius, a gradient. Then after finding the radius gradient, we find the equation of the radius, or let me just call it line coming from the center. After finding that, we have now the gradient and a set of points, which in turn we used to find the equation. Now, after having 2 equations, we solve them simultaneously to find a pair of coordinates at the circumference. We then use that pair of coordinates to find the radius. After finding the radius, that was it. We had our equation of the circle. Thank you guys, and please subscribe to our channel to see more.